What's up, guys? It's your girl Daisy, the hostess with the mostest. Welcome back to my channel. And firstly, I want to wish all of my subscribers and anyone else who happened to stumble upon my channel a happy new year. Hopefully you had a pretty decent holiday season, regardless of everything that's going on outside our doors, and that Santa Claus bought you everything that you wanted, including safety and health. Now, that being said, good Lord, what have I gotten myself into now? Now, like many of yous, I've made a few, resolutions, and one of them that I'm definitely going to keep this year, finally, is to design a dedicated space in my home so that I can create good content, make it functional, make it, nice and clean lines. You know me, if you watch my channel, I don't like clutter, I don't like, ring lights and, cables running all over the place. I have to design something that works for me so that I can continue to make content, because it's one of the things that stops me, from, flipping on the camera and creating good content, is because I have to set everything up and drag stuff from room to room. So, definitely, not for me. And this year I'm finally going to create a dedicated space. So in today's video, which is going to be episode 1, I want to start by showing you guys the different options I have in my home that are available to me. And then in the end, I'll tell you which one I've chosen. Episode 2 will be all the things that I've purchased and stuff that I got, under my Christmas tree, because I did ask my family, hey, this is what I want, and they definitely complied. I'm so happy. But episode 2 will be me laying everything out so you can see what I have to tackle and what I've gotten myself into. And then episode 3 will be finally showing you the finished product. So I hope that you bear with me and stick around for those episodes, because I wanted to show you guys the entire process, step by step. And hopefully my goal is that you'll be inspired, to get some ideas and, create a space for yourself if you're, looking to do so this year. Now, after watching countless videos, like we all do on YouTube for the last couple of weeks, I've watched everything from, Amazing Studio Setup. There was one called My Epic Studio, My Home Studio. I guess because a lot of people are working from home, and everybody's looking for a functional space, right? Something that, they could, set up. It's easy, and they can continue to either work from home or, like myself, create content. Now, one of the ones that I've watched a lot was the Budget Studio Setup. And by the way, let me make it abundantly clear. Unless you're recording with a cell phone in front of a window, there's no cheap way of setting up a YouTube studio. I mean, maybe cheap is the wrong word, maybe inexpensive. I mean, by the time you invest in just the basics, right? Pretty decent camera, some audio, and some lighting, trust me, you're into it for quite a couple of bucks here. So there's no cheap. Now, there's nothing wrong with, starting out, if you're just starting out on your channel, there's nothing wrong with, like I said, your camera, your cell phone, and a window. Back in 2017, when I started my channel, that's exactly what I did. I mean, I didn't even have like a tripod or anything like that. I sat up with my Galaxy Note 3 and a window that gave me lots of light. And that's how I recorded my earlier videos. You can check them out. I'll leave a link up here or a card. You can check out those early videos. Yeah, you know what? I sucked, but I was learning. And, that's the best that I can come up with and do at the time. Again, back in 2017, I also had purchased, my first big purchase was one of those backdrops. So you'll see some of the videos where I use that like crazy colorful backdrop. And you know what? Yeah, that thing was pretty ugly. And live and learn. I never really appreciated, the backdrop look. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with it, but it just isn't me. I tend to like to, film my videos in my natural environment. I mean, obviously, I try to upload content that's going to help you guys and give you guys tips and tricks and, whatever the heck I've learned or mastered. But I want to show you guys, my environment. I just love the setup where you can see how I live, how I go about doing things, so, I mean, could be just me, but that's what I like. Again, not that there's anything wrong with the backdrop look, but it was never really me. I like showing my environment. I also like clean lines, no clutter. And again, this is one of the reasons why I stopped creating content for almost 2 years. I didn't pick up the camera again, my SL2, for 2 years. I've since moved up to this mirrorless. I'm recording today off the Canon RP with the RF 35 millimeter on here, which, by the way, no, I haven't reviewed yet. I've got a lot of stuff, so definitely, you want to subscribe because I'm going to do a lot of reviews. I'm going to definitely get into my channel this year, so stay tuned. So, getting back to this design thing, right? I'm blessed in that I have a huge home. I live in one of these New York style old colonials with like 4,000 square feet. Has a mother of 5 daughters, all of them grown and out of the house. Well, except for daughter number 5, who had to come back from nursing school this year to finish up her final year due to COVID. So she's back home. And yes, she already told me her room, I designed her room about a year ago, and she already told me, Mom, my room is off limits, pick somebody else's old bedroom. So obviously I had to chuck that out the way. But anyway, I have an abundance of space to work with here. Space was never my issue. My main pet peeve was setting it up regardless of where in the home I had decided to shoot. And if you do videos, you know what I mean. I mean, unless you have like a dedicated spot where you're just gonna, turn on the camera and your lights are set up and go, I got tired of like dragging the ring light, and I got tired of, setting up this, and is there too much light, and then the audio and the tripods. Nah, I'm throwing all of that out the window this year. I'm creating a dedicated spot that's up and ready to go. Right? So let me roll now. I'm going to show you some of my options before letting you know which space I settled on. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for episode 2, which will be, again, all the stuff that I purchased. And then episode 3 will be me putting it all together and showing you that. So let's roll with a little B-roll, and I'll see you next time for episode 2. My first option would be to go back to the original scene of the crime, which is my laundry room. This is where I first started shooting back when I started my channel. It's a great big space, and those windows in here allow for a lot of light to come in during the day. It's sort of like a multi-function room in that, I have a walk-in closet here, and I shoot a lot of my jewelry pics here, as well as the items that I'm going to put in my Poshmark closet. So it's a really good multi-function type of room. The only downside is that, everybody else uses this room. Yeah, that's more stuff for my studio. Guilty. But like I said, I have to then break everything down, and then if I need to, go back at it again, set it up again the next day, and you know what, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for more simplicity. So let's look at another room. Option number 2 would be daughter number 3's old bedroom. I've done a lot of my tech gear reviews in this bedroom, and it was pretty great. I mean, I've got a lot of shelves in this bedroom. As you can see, I used to put my lenses and all of my gear. That's my Caddy camera bag. I'll leave a link up in the description or a card somewhere if you guys want to check out that review. I did it right in this very bedroom. So that was good. And it's got a nice large bed, which I can also use, to put my gear and my equipment there. So that came in handy. I've done a lot of vlogs from that very chair that you see there, right in front of that window. this bedroom has 2 windows, so that was great, a lot of light. And this is the wall that I was talking about earlier where I had that crazy backdrop. So that's where I would record right off this wall. But along came my grandson Jack into the picture, and he has literally taken over this entire bedroom, as you can see. So while I only have him once a week on Mondays, that's the day that they visit during the weekend. So this bedroom is technically off limits on the weekend because Jack's here and he's running around, and I can't really set up my gear and my camera and stuff the way I would like. But this is still a pretty decent option for some of the times when I just want to do something on a smaller scale. But yeah, again, it requires me setting up my gear and then breaking it down. So we shall see. So the final option is my bedroom, and it's the one that I've decided to settle on since I just recently redid the entire room during one of those COVID home improvement meltdowns. Yeah, I got that really nice Benjamin Moore gray up in there, and I got some new rugs in here. I'm really happy with the way this room turned out. So since I really spend all of my time in this room, basically, doing all of my editing and my video work here, I use the Omen 3, which renders video in like warp speed. So it just made more sense that, I stay in my bedroom. I mean, it's the one place where I can have privacy. I don't have to break down any of the equipment and move it from room to room for the most part. But yeah, I think this is going to be the room, guys. In this armoire there is where I store all of my gear and my lenses and everything I use for the camera. That corner there, as we're looking at that corner there now, where the desktop is, that's the corner that I'm going to create something. I'm going to put shelves, and I'm getting my new computer, because that one is an oldie but a goodie. I do a lot of video work outside that door. That's my balcony out there, so when it gets warmer, I can still access that. So I think this, for me, is going to work really, really well. And I'm going to get my sister in here in a day or so, and we're going to start working on it. In episode 2 of the series here, I'll lay out everything that I purchased and all the goodies I got for Christmas that'll help me design this room. Yeah, that's my dog Riley, who can be seen at any time, wondering what the hell I'm doing with the camera again. But this is another good way to record too. This angle here is always good because I put a chair and it gives me like a good depth of field, when you want to get that creamy background and stuff. So I got a couple of good angles to shoot in this room, and it also gives me space to put my ring light, which you see there. I always keep it out there, but I purchased some newer lights, so let's see how that's going to work around the desktop. I purchased one of those things that the desk rises, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm definitely going to rethink those pictures back there, and maybe make some changes there. And again, that's my editing corner. That window is great. Those new window coverings allow me to adjust and control the amount of light that I get in here. So yeah, guys, I've got my work cut out for me, but in episode 2, we'll lay out all the stuff that I've purchased so you can see how I'm going to transform this room. So hopefully you'll join me, and we can take this journey together and create something really special. So until then, see you soon. Ciao.